Hello there and welcome to episode 12. Or episode 4, depends on how you look at it. We're gonna continue. I do have a slight announcement to make. As you can see, we have one of the side stories already unlocked. I already pre-recorded this one. I will be pre-recording that one too. But these two will be dropped randomly at some time in the future. Also, wait, we have pictures. Yeah, okay, that's all. That's music. Doesn't say which one is new. Anyway, let's continue to DDLC. The main event. Or with other words, poem reading. I'm actually excited for this because last episode I made a poem that is perfectly fit for Yuri. So I'm gonna do her as last. I might kill my voice, but it's for a worthy cause. Let's start with Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all.
This is a good poem, MC. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? Nope.
But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you really are a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, MC. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things, like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a raining day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. But if it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Always something with food. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still try my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially the last line.
I made accent toast.
Even though you were late to school.
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica is the best.
Yeah.
But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Okay. Most damaging to my voice has been done. Okay. Like I said, Yuri is gonna be last, so I guess Natsuki is next.
MC, if you're not gonna take the club serious, then go home.
What? Harsh?
What? You expected me to believe that you actually put in effort into this? Don't you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I like to read it. Painful to think about? Natsuki, you can try and you can try, but you will never fool me.
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you probably think it's stupid.
I like that it is short and large written, like large font, so to say. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. That's about it.
Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I liked it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, didn't you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decide to humor her with a last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuko is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay. Monica! Ooh, the writing tips! Archon B2.
Hey MC. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright. I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much more better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, MC. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, MC. I was going in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way I always count when I put in some effort. That way it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know, that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. I like Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuisance. It can take years of practice, which I assume Yuri has at this point. And if I never really asked though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything.
Actually, yes, it is.
Anyway, do you want to read my phone now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel the same way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction that speckled the speckled protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No. I can see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Damn.
So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry. I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, the kind of style have gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What's the impression behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you write a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point.
That is very true. And I hate it when that happens to me.
If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this, it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you will just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
And now the excited moment. The moment I'm actually waiting for. Okay. My voice hurts a bit, but it's not that bad. But Yuri, it's time for you. Okay, voice. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eye lighten. Exceptional. Huh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hit me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Oh, that's a huge compliment coming from you. Well, that's the first compliment for Yuri for the year. Quite literally. Give a guy a compliment and he won't ask for more. He will cherish it the rest of his till eternity. We males are getting only maybe 5 compliments a year. Unless you're a playboy, then you get a lot. But screw those people. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there is a specific writing habit that are usually typical of new writers. And I've been through that myself. I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and then form-fit them the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny and extremely cute. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, painting. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. That's deep. I'm sorry if I have such a terrible handwriting. I know people with way worse handwriting than that, so I'm kind of used to it, trying to decipher what's being spoken. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. I agree. Huh? That's a relief. I also liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It was too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. since it's your first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, MC. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, that poets often express their own thoughts, feeling, and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolic compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, MC. Ah, me too. Phew! I guess that was everyone. I glanced around the room. There was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they are just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sighed. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expression change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. Why is this gonna... I have a feeling this is gonna not end well.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sarah liked it, and MC did too. So based on that, I would gladly give you some suggestions of my own.
Oh.
First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. MC liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
She doesn't have to do much to impress me, you know, Natsuki. Huh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that MC appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who spooked magically threw his size bigger as soon as MC started showing up.
Natsuki.
Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly both girls turn towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. MC. She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate the simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The reading should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out.
Oh no.
Help me explain that to her, see?
Fuck, I read that in the wrong voice. Wait, there's a reason why we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feeling and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only necessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, MC?
Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? Well, we will figure that out next episode. I love stopping on a cliffhanger, so to say. So, with other words, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And like I said at the start of the episode, and most likely will say in the start of the next episode, there will be some extra DDLC dropping randomly. So without further ado, goodbye, have a nice day, evening, or whatever the time might be for you. Bye.